All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadashis, all praises to who the world entering calls God in Jesus Christ. The true names in the Hebrew is Yahweh for the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai for his beloved Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of a great millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preaching this word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And I know brothers already been hip to this video. I just took the time to watch it. And yeah, there was a lot of info coming out in this. Whoever this guy is, man, he does his due diligence. And he sounds like he might be down with that Muslim BS. But that besides the point, he brought out great information, and he has a mindset to refuse. So this dude is in a mindset to refuse, and what he believes in is Elijah Muhammad. But you so-called uh you Israelites that call yourself Israelites that are in the faith, that's claim you're in the faith, how come you don't have a mindset to refuse like this man? You know, I took the liberty to look up some of the information he was saying. So I went to the Supreme Court ruling between Bershowitz and Wyeth LLC. This is the Supreme Court of the United States. This is what it says on that affidavit, or basically the outcomes of the case, right? It says the National Childhood Vaccine Injury Act of 1986 created a no-fault composition program to stabilize a vaccine market adversely affected by an increase in vaccine-related tort litigation in and to facilitate compensation to claimants who found pursuing legitimate vaccine inflicted injuries to costly and difficult. So basically, so many people when they ramped up the vaccination schedule, so many people were putting in claims against these vaccine companies because they were getting ill, you know? And that's what happened. So they had to make up a whole bill to save those companies because they were getting sued out the asshole, you know? So let me look up some words for you. Tort in the law definition. It says a tort in common law jurisdiction is a civil wrong that causes a claimant, that somebody who files a claim, to suffer loss or harm resulting in legal liability for the person who committed the tortious act, the injurious act. It says it can include intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, financial loss, injuries, invasion of privacy, and many other things. So the tort in this situation was the how do I say it? The tort in this situation was the adverse effects of these vaccines, of these vaccines. This is what this law was created for, right? So let me get this. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. So this is one of those mini injuries. So I'm gonna read a little more in this case, and then I'll just, I don't have any scriptures really put together. I got a mind of where I want to go in this, but Lord willing, it's all edifying. It says this is the syllabus for this court hearing. It says, I'll jump up. This is at the bottom of page 1 of it. It says, it granted White summary judgment holding that the relevant Pennsylvania law was permitted by 42 U.S. Supreme Court 300 AA 22B1, which provides that no vaccine manufacturer shall be liable in a civil action for damages arising from a vaccine-related injury or death associated with the administration of a vaccine after October 1st, 1988. So this law really did put in place that no vaccine company could be held liable at a certain point for any adverse effects from their product. You see? And what they pushed forth this whole Ovid vaccine within a span of a year, when this stuff usually takes at least 5 to 8 years to be fully tested and provide adequate information. But now they're just streamlining this. Why? The scriptures tell you the devil shall come down unto you having great wrath, because you know that you have but a short time. It says, I'm gonna keep reading. It says October 1st, 1988. If the injury or if it says if the injury or death resulted from the side effects which were unavoidable, even though the vaccine was properly prepared and was accompanied by proper directions and warnings, the Third Circuit affirmed. You see? Now let me I gotta skim this because I was reading a little further and peep it. Let me pause it. I'm gonna find. All right, I'm gonna start reading. Right, I'm gonna just keep reading. It says I'm gonna start here. It says text suggests that vaccines design is not open to question in a tort action, meaning in an injurious action. The design of it isn't open to question. It says if the manufacturer could be held liable for failure to use different design, the even though clause would do no work. It says a vaccine side effect could always have been avoidable by use of different vaccine not containing the harmful element. So they already know that these things have harmful elements. The language of the provision thus suggests the design is not subject to question in a tort action. So the design of it is not subject in a question of an injurious action. It says what the statute establishes as a complete defense must be unavoidability given safe manufacture and warning with respect to the particular design. This conclusion is supported by the fact that although products liability law establishes 3 grounds for liability: defectiveness, manufacturer, inadequate directions or warnings, and defective design. The Act mentions only manufacture and warnings. You see how it's made in the warning. It says, it thus seems that Act's failure to mention design defect liability is by deliberate choice, not in inadvertence. Sorry, Salakia. Says contrary to petitioner's argument, there is no reason to believe term unavoidable is a term of art incorporating restatement. So basically, they're saying you saying a shoulda woulda is not adequate enough for you to sue. If you use something different, it wouldn't have got this. So they're basically saying the way they manufacture it, you cannot question. It says, it says, um, it says, which expects from strict liability rules unavoidably safe products. Unavoidable is hardly a rare used word in cases interpreting comment, attached special significance only to the term unavoidably safe products. So they're telling you right there that it is an unavoidably safe product that these vaccines, and this is in the U.S. Supreme Court. This is something that was stated in the U.S. Supreme Court, and this is a 57-page document. A 57-page document. And if you keep reading, it says, this is on page 14. I'll start here. The majority's premise that a vaccine side effects can always be avoided by using a different designed vaccine not containing the harmful element entirely ignores the fact that removing the harmful element will often result in a less effective or entirely ineffective vaccine. So they're telling you right there that they cannot take out this harmful element because if they did, it would make a less effective one. So they don't care that it's going to hurt you. And this is in a U.S. Supreme Court. This is page 14 of the Bruce White LLC. Bruce versus White, which White was the company, the injection company that made whatever this vaccine is. So peep that, man. So Esau's a damn devil, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And this, when brothers tell you that getting these things isn't good for you and trusting in the devil isn't good for you, it's with a fair cause that we say this, man. It's with a fair cause that we say this. Now let me get the scriptures, man. This is in the book of Job 13:4. It says, but ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Forgers of lies, man, because you'll paint this stuff as being effective, but here it is. There's so much harmful stuff in it that they even have it in Supreme Court rulings that if they took it out, it wouldn't be as effective. So they have to keep it in. So what is it being effective against? It's being effective against tearing down you people, man. That's what it is. You know? This is why the scriptures tell you in the book of Proverbs 3, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You see, envy not the oppressor. And who's the oppressor? Esau and Edom. He makes these things up because his body's inadequate to fight against certain stuff. He makes things up in his word, and his body gets turned down by it. So he makes it up. He knows that it'll hurt you as being Israelites because they study these things. The scriptures tell you he makes a diligent search. It says, verse 32, for the forward is an abomination to the Most High, but his secret is with the righteous. So the forward, meaning the liars, the wicked, that's what that word forward basically means, is an abomination to the Lord. So this whole thing is an abomination to the Lord. The Lord's not happy with this. This devil is plotting against you, man. Let me get this. This is Proverbs 4 and 16. It says, for they I gotta start up on this. Start at 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. So this is who is talking about, the path of the wicked and evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, pass away. So when they start rolling this stuff out, it's for your betterment to just put some faith in the Lord and walk away from this devil. Not take his stuff. No matter if it comes with you getting your kids taken away from you, because hey, Lord will, the Lord is gonna take care of your kids. You know? The Lord will take care of your children, man. What do you think the Lord is? He's gonna see you this whole time working your ass off to be righteous in the midst of such a wicked generation. And he's just gonna leave you out there and let your children get abused when you've been doing what he said? No, the scriptures tell you the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. He's gonna take note of it. You gave up what little time, because the scriptures tell you a man's life is as a breath upon the face of earth. You gave up what little time you have and suffered in the midst of all these lustful pleasures that are out here to serve the Lord. The Lord ain't gonna leave you out there like that. It says, verse 16, for they sleep not, meaning the wicked and evil men sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause them to fall. And this is what the devil does, man. He don't sleep until he calls them to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. You see, and this is what he does, man. This man is a damn devil. And he puts it in his own legislation. But Jake doesn't read these depositions and these court things, man. They don't go into this stuff. You know, and the more I read on this, it's just like, wow, they put it all in here. Conspicuously absent from the submission by the United States is the plausible alternative interpretation of in addition to or different form that would give that phrase meaning. Instead, they appear to favor reading those words out of the statute, which would leave the following: such state shall not impose or continue to effect any requirements for labeling or packaging. So they even put it in law that you didn't have to change the labeling on the package. This amputated version of the statute would no doubt have clearly and succinctly commanded the preemption of all the state's requirements concerning labeling. The Congress added the reminder that the provision is evidence of its intent to draw a distinction between state labeling requirements that are preempted and those that are not. Wow. Esau's a devil, man. And this is why we tell you don't trust in the devil, man. You know, I'm going to finish with that scripture, man. And I know this video is a little long. I didn't mean it to be. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so does his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, meaning he's gonna get this Maxine out to you, Jakes, man. He's gonna get it out to you first. That's him going humbling and crouching. Yet take good heed and beware of him, that thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not altogether been wiped away. So you got to know that he's going to be just as wicked as he ever was. You know, watch out for these devils, man. Lord willing, that was edifying. I'm going to say, call hello, y'all, by Shimei Shai, by Shimmer Kakada, Shalom.